Hashtag 50 Shades. Okay, watching the movie 50 Shades of Grey after an hour and 20 minutes. Let's talk about this. Not too much more. So basically what happens now, let's see what happens. Okay. What was the last part? It was like, I think I just explained he came over, whatchamacallit, and then she still wanted to think about, whatchamacallit. So he leaves. I forget what he says when he leaves or whatever. Um, but she said, darn it. Oh, okay. Eventually she sends an email and she was like, there's some things that she would like to revise. She wants some revisions in the contract. And he was like, I'll be disappointed if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I want to have a meeting. And she's like, as this is a contract, it should be a business meeting. He was like, fine, I'll wear a suit. She was like, I'll wear a sack. And then, but she comes in a nice dress though. So she comes in, they sit down, and then, she's like, first, point your attention to this. She's like, has my old address, I would like my new address. An oversight, duly noted. They're sitting across the table, dimly lit room, and so they're talking. Then so is that, and then she was like, see this section, and then the first section that she was like, section this on the third room, 1520, and whatever she reads, but he was like, and she was like, but so she just keeps going. She doesn't change anything with that one. But then ball your fist up. She was like, absolutely not. And then another one, clamp? Nah, it's not. So, but another word starts with the F and ends with an O, and I was like, yeah, all right, hey, that need to pop up. I'm waiting for that to pop. So there was that. So she's saying what she's like yes or no to. She's like, cross this off. That we're not doing that. He's like, all right, be open to this, or I was just my heavy suggestion. He also says one thing. From there, what is he? There's another little thing that he says. He says, I'll throw in a sweetener or some whatever. He was like, once a week on a day of your choosing, we'll go out on a date. Like a regular couple. Dinner, movies, ice skating. He was like, once a week, and she was like, all right, cool. He's like, I'll add that to Appendix 15. They've used number 15 a couple of times. One, when if I'm tracking, it was, what was the first time? Oh, when she asked him how many women had been in that room or whatever. Then the next one was his age when whatchamacallit, he got introduced, and then the other one he was like Appendix 15. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, Quindici is 15 in Italian. Ken's is 15 in French. Anyway, they're going through a whole meeting. When she says, she's like, what are plugs? But then, if you catch my drift, don't hit the deck and let that shit go over your head. His secretary comes in. Two secretaries come in and bring glasses and wine, glasses and bottle of wine and sushi, and set that down on the table and whatnot. And she was like, oh, you must have a lot of business meetings. And he's like, they only know what I tell them. So they walk in, and when soon she asks about, you you gotta plug it in. So they walk in when she asks her, but then, I'm trying to, if you pick up what I'm putting down, there was that. And then outside of that, let's see, there's that, and then they're having this, it was like the business meeting part, and then, so she goes to close it up, and he's like, okay, so this ain't third. She's like, she wants to still review it. I'm like, so she pissing me off at this point. They go back and forth with this whole little whatever. So she still wants to review it, and she's still not agreeing to like the terms and conditions here. I understand that I understand that it needs to happen. Um, so from there, it's he was like, all right, fine, but he was like, uh, I'm trying to do in the middle of next week. She said, da da da. He was like, yeah, but your body is He was like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but your body is telling me yes. was like, he was like, your legs, they're pressed. You're pressing your thighs together. You're biting your lip. You're doing this, that, and the third. It sounds like you want a little. He was like, so she was like, okay. So if I stay, what's gonna happen? He's like, I help you out that little dress. And then he was like, hopefully, ain't nothing underneath that. And she was like, what you gonna do? He's like, right there on the table, bend you over right there. She's like, right here on this table right here. She was like, I'm leaving. He was like, he had already took his tie off and everything. Ain't this about a, I don't know why you playing. I don't know why you playing. And then so he walked her out to the car. He was like, you sure you don't want to stay? And then she do what he been doing to her. Like he'll kiss her on her side, on like her cheek or her forehead. So she does the whole little kiss on the cheek, and then she's like, she gets into her car and she like leaves or whatever. Then it goes from there. They make note of her car. She's like, yeah, I like vintage cars too. Her little rinky dink. She got punch buggy, no punch back. She got one of them type of cars. Then she got punch buggy, no punch back. Then um, what's the thing called? She get in her car. She go home. Then it's graduation. Kate Kavanaugh, her roommate now, the one she lived with in Seattle. Kate is valedictorian. You know what I'm saying? So they got the whole valedictorian speech. Annie. Her name is Anastasia. Call her Anna, Anastasia, Annie, all this, whatever. Her dad makes it to her graduation. She was like, Dad, be save you a spot next to her parents. I'm just glad you're here. Christian Grey, he's also one giving the speech. So he ended up getting the speech. Kate, at the end of the little graduation part. So this is those things where he was like, they're supposed to keep it hush hush low key, but then in the middle of her Jane, like it's her and Kate and her dad talking, and then he comes up to them, and then Kate's like, yeah, this is her boyfriend. It's like, oh shit, how long y'all been dating? Couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? She came to interview me, and then then the one person asked him, Mr. Gray, can I get a picture? And he pulls her into the picture, and so she like, he ain't had no pictures with like women. Like he was not like known to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Third. So that happens. They have the meeting. They have about what she is or is not comfortable with. The graduation. Um, what's the next little scene after the graduation? She still hasn't agreed to whatchamacallit yet. Okay. So she graduates. So he's like pouring her and Christian are at like I think her place or whatever. He's like pouring her a glass or whatever, and then I think something happens, and then he's like, oh, I gotta show you something. And then so they go outside, and he was like something. He was like, happy graduation, and she was like, this is a car. He's like, you don't miss nothing, do you? And he was like, happy graduation. And so basically he got her a car. Type poop. I was like, okay. She was like, it's not really your style. He's like, I know it's not for me. Happy graduation is for you. And then she's like, this is a whole car. She's like, I have a car. She's like, where's my car? She's like, we got a nice price for it. Here's your new car. So type poop. I'm like, all right, bet. There was that. And then, okay. Now, right before they went outside, though. Oh, no, okay, right before they went outside, I forget what happens, but she does something. I don't know if it's rolling her eyes or she does something, though. But he was like, I'm going to bend you over on my knee. Oh, because, well, at graduation, right? At graduation, mind you, he did the commencement speech. So he's shaking everybody's hand. So at graduation, when she comes across stage, he was like, considering this and that, boom, boom. He's like, just try it my way. And she was like, okay. And he was like, what? She was like, so she said yes or whatever. So when they were at home or whatever and they toast, he was like, all right, so we're toasting to your graduation and other things, you know. And he was like, and so it begins. Because I forget what happened, what she said, but he was like, I'm going to bend you over my knee. And so she was like, oh, this, and third. They go outside with the car, and he says the whole thing about, yeah, we got a nice price for it. And she's like, oh my, like, I can't accept this and that thing. She rolls her eyes, and he was like, did you just roll your eyes? And he was like, so then he takes her inside, and he bends her over her knee. Now, she's low key kind of like, it seems a little bit playful in a sense. And so she's like, so he bends her over his knee, and he's like, do you understand or do you know why this is happening? She was like, I kind of roll my eyes, da da da, boom, boom. He gave her a couple of smash, smash, smash. You know what I'm saying? He gave her a couple of smash, smash, smash. Um, she seems to, enjoy it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, but she seems to enjoy it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Now, hopefully, well, now it's official. Like after an hour and 20 minutes, we're officially like, I guess it's officially like, let the games be in. May the odds ever be in your favor. No, no Hunger Games, but I think it's official now. She's officially accepted her submissive role. All right, it's been a little back and forth, and they done did it. They done, you know what I'm saying? They did it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So it's about that time. It's there now. After an hour and 20 minutes, it's finally there. Now, it's there's still things that kind of sort of like know or see what's going to happen. So like they haven't had like a major conflict. Most of the things have just been like sexual tension. So there hasn't been like a major conflict of this and that third. And she just got a little pat pat. You know what I'm saying? Bent over on the knee type of jump. So it ain't really get no. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get to her having to say yellow or red to say. And you know what I'm still looking for? You know the scene and the time I'm still looking for. You know what I'm saying? When I say what I say, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's all I'm saying about that. All right, so yeah, it's a decent little movie right now. I'm tuned in. I'm watching it. I'm trying to see what's about to happen, what's going on. um, the moon's still up. The moon's still up. Yeah, it's about that time. So yeah, decent little movie so far. It's a decent little movie. Um, it'd be a nigga named James and only be one nigga. Stop fucking talking to me. Y'all gotta understand. At this point, this is the first person that I actually like even addressed or said something to. All them other irrelevant ass bitches saying some shit that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It just immediately blocked. I don't trust niggas with anybody with the letter J in their name. When was the letter J invented? Don't trust them niggas. Jacob. Jacob means deceiver. Everything